Guys, in this lesson I will try to create a pie chart and visualize my data using it. It's extremely important to know the basic usage of visualization tools while working with Python. So first I will need to do what? Install these visualizations libraries and then import it. I have already installed it by using pip install the name of the libraries. You can just see it in my previous lessons. I have where I just installed it, and now I need to do what? Import them. First, the import. I am trying to import the pandas library here, as usual, as pd, and then the important step here is to importing the matplotlib library by typing the import matplotlib pyplot splt, right? Then after clicking shift enter or alt enter, no matter, shift enter, you could do what? Import your dataset here. df equals to pd red, or file name is excel file here. If I go one step back inside of the data folder, I will pick up this file, Canada1 file, and that's why I just try to type in the Excel here, because we are importing the Excel file, and one step back, data folder, and the name of the file will be Canada _1 .xlsx. This file also contains a sheet name. You can also add the sheet name here if you want by typing the sheet name command keyword with the name of the sheet. What's the name? The name is the my sheet here, my sheet, right? And then you could do what? Visualize it or print it out by typing by calling this variable here. And you could see we have imported our data. Our data has a bunch of columns here and rows. It has 196 rows, but first I will try to print out the column names here by typing df columns, click shift enter. You could see that if we print out the columns here, we could see that we have a bunch of columns, but we need to pick up the first, like this area name column, and all of these year columns here, to visualize our data for these specific columns, and get the total sum of each item to this new column, area name column, and visualize the proportion of data for each area name here, In order to do this, I need to first pick up all these numeric columns here, right? In order to pick them up, I can just do what? By typing with the help of the list method, I will add in the df, for example, columns, and give a slicing here. For example, starting from let's see 8 or 9, right? If I click shift enter, you will see it will start to count all these columns starting from these 9 positions from this column here, right? And we have already these column names here, and we have what we want, the another column, this area name column, and we will split it up only by using the df, for example. Adding the df, we already know how to pick up one column and the name of the column, right? Like this one, area name, and right click shift enter. This name, we have a keyword problem name, click shift enter, and it will pick up this column name and these columns here. Now we have already all these columns in hand, and we need to do what? Combine those columns. In order to combine them, I will add in the df2 as a data frame variable tool, and combine those columns. First, I will pick up the first column here, df like area name, right? Plus this one, plus list. Inside of the list, I will add in this df columns 9, all the columns after 9. Let's just try to print them out and see what will be print after closing the square bracket. I will try to call it. Yes, you could see that it will only pick up the array name among these columns and all these numeric column names here, right? And now I can do what? I can just set the index, the array name index, to make it easy to visualize and visualize it. Okay, in order to do this, I will add in the df2 set index, and the index name will be area name, and make it permanent here, in place equals true. Okay, and calls it df2 again. Click shift enter. You could see we have the area name as the index name here. And now we are ready to sum all these column values, and then visualize it. Because before visualizing, I need to sum all the values of these years and visualize it based on this area name column values here. In order to sum this, I need to do what? Create additional column, like total column here, and sum these values for each year, and just visualize it, the total percentage of these values, how much, for example, Asia has made over these years, right? Or this is the same will apply for other regions here. In order to visualize it, I will add in sum it. I will add in df2. For example, additional column name will be total. This is the new column name, and this will be equals to df2 sum axis equals to 1, right? Axis equals to 1. This will just add in one more column and calculate the sum of values in each row across all these columns. If I click call this data frame here, you could see that we have the total, and this total column will sum each row based on these values here, these column values. And we have this kind of error here. It will say that try using log value instead. Okay, why do I have these values? Because here I can just use another syntax if I want. Instead of the adding it like this one, I can just use the log method here. How to just use it? I will add in I will just comment it out, and try to just call it in another way by typing the df, for example, df log again. There is no difference, but the syntax will be appropriate. Df log all the rows, this column pick up all the rows, and then I will add in the column name here, area name, and then add in what? The list again, as usual, these df columns, right? And let's just try to call it. Let's call it again, and you could see there is no difference. But if I just try to rerun it here, it will again print out this error here. See the caveats setting. Just try to again set this index. Okay, we have this. We will run it. Set the index here. Let's just refresh all these data here and start from all over again. We will not, none of these are in the columns, okay, because this area name, we haven't defined it to the variable itself here. df equals to df2. Run it, and then set this index, and then run it, and you can see the error has been cleaned out. And now we will do what? We can see that all this Asia, Europe, Africa are repeating over again. We have 196 rows, but I need to group them and just sum the grouped data here. Okay, in order to sum this, I will add in the df2 equals to df to group by method, group by, and in the group by method I will add in the area name. I will group them, and then here I will add in the axis equals to 0 and sum them up, all these rows, and call the df2 again, and click shift enter, and you can see we have only 7 rows, and the data has been accumulated, summed for each specific row here, area name here. Okay, and now we are ready to visualize it. First, the basic usage of visualizing here is just adding the df to, for example, total is the name of the column here, this one, total, and add in the plot, and the option will be kind equals to pi, right? And we can of course add in what additional options here, like figure size, for example. Let's try to add in this figure size, for example, fig size equals to 5.5 and 6. Then we could add in after percentage. This is extremely important after PCT keyword. This is just add this in or visualize your data based on the percentages, like instead of the numeric data, it just shows you the value as the percentage signs here. Without it, I can just even, I think that print it out. Let's just run it and see what will it print, and you could see that it has printed it. But I want again the values here in the format of the percentages. I will add it after PCT equals to inside of the single brackets. I will add in percentage signs, 3 percentage signs, and after the first one I will add in the 1.1. This will be enough, I think, and F here. If I just add in one more thing, the shadow will be perfect for here. Shadow equals to true. We'll add in the shadow here, and then we can just do what? Add in the star, tangle. It will just convert it and make it more attractable. True, shadow equals to true, start angle equals to 90%, 90. And if I just click shift enter, you could see that we have just printed out these percentage signs and all of these options here. Start angle just shows that your, if I just comment the start angle and run it, it will just rotate this pie chart not based on these values, and it will just see in a mixed form. But if I add the start angle in the 90%, it will rotate it based on this percentage sign, like 90% here. But I can, this means that we are adding the decimal points, 1.1. I can, if I try to type in the 1.2 here and add in, run it, you could see that it will add in 2 decimal points here, but 1.11 will be enough for this one. Okay, and now I will try to make it more attractive here. I will just split them and add in what labels. I will get rid of these labels and make it inside of this legend here. In order to do this, I will add in the labels equals to none. Labels equals to none. Click shift enter, run it, and we will get rid of these labels here. And then I will add in the distance. These percentages will be distanced a bit. PCT distance equals to what? 1.11 for 12, for example. PCT distance will be 1. This is basically the ratio between the center of each pie slice and the start of the text, I mean generated by the after percentage sign. Okay, I have added it after the comma here, run it, and you can see we have moved these percentage signs a bit far from this center here. And now I can do what? Add in the bit more options here, like PLT. I will add in the legend here first. Here I will add in the PLT legend equals the labels will be what? The df2 index, because if I print the df2 index names, it will pick up these names here, and we need the legend as these names here. That's why I just add in the df index here to the legends, and then location will be what? Location will be, for example, upper left here, upper left. And let's see that upper left, what will it print out? Okay, it will print out the legend here, but as you can see that we haven't, it's just instead of the df we will run it at df2, and you could see we have printed out the legend here. And now I want to just split them out and make it more attractive. In order to make it splitted form, and the legend will be on the left and this pie chart on the right, I will add in the what? PLT axis PLT axis equal and it should work, I think. But right now I actually need to add in the PLT show here, and it hasn't changed its positions. In order to change this position, I need to add in again maybe the explode, but I think that this let's try to add in again the PLT title and print out what it, and see what will it print. PLT before the equal sign I will add in this PLT the title name. Title will be, for example, immigration to Canada, right, from 1980 to 2013, and then this Y will be again the match, great match here, 1.12, right? Let's see what will it print here. Okay, we have added this title here, and now I will try to do what? Change its size, figure size, and see what will it print. The figure size is 5 here, but if I try to add in 1 here and run it, and you will see just we have done what? We have split this pie chart from this legend here. Okay, and now what we can add again, we can add the explode list if I want, or the color list. First, in order to change the color names, you can do what? Create a list, for example, by adding the color list equals to, for example, the first one there will be gold. I just show you the options for what you can do while working with your data here. Yellow, for example, green, and then it will be pink, etc. This will be the color list, and if I want to add in these colors here, you can just add in the colors here. Colors equals to this color list, right? This one. Run it, and you can see just it will change this color, but I will not try to touch it because my colors looks pretty good here. And now the most one of the crucial things to know is the explode list. If you want just to split the piece of these pie charts here, based on the value here. In order to do this, I will just add in the explode list here, explode list, and just add in the parameters here. For example, 0.1, 0.1, 0, 0, these values works respectively here. 0.1, you can just hang around and work around them and see which one would you want to split up from them amongst them. Is this just the example of demonstrating it? Okay, we have already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here, right? 7 values, and you should also have the 7 values because you have the data based on the 7 items here. That's why you need them. And here, if you want to just add in this explode list here, you are adding to explode and assign it to this variable here and see what will be printed. Explode list here, and run it. Explode list says that it's not defined. Why? Because we need to just assign them with the equal signs here. Run it, and you can see that we have just split it, some of the values. For example, you want to visualize this 8.9 data here to your manager and you want to split them. You can just assign the non-crucial parts with 0 here, but the important parts which you are going to visualize, like this one here, right? And that way your data would look perfectly understandable here. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. Have a good day. Bye.